by John's ass. It's nice to see that you and John have colour coordinated, Gary.
Bloody hell.
Morning, hello, good afternoon, even, or evening, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, well, you know, my people talk to his people, and these are the
Yeah.
morning world.
Hello.
Morning world.
Hello.
Hello, buddy.
How are we both today?
Hello.
Oh, good.
Well,
All right.
you sound so happy, Gary.
Oh, I'm good. I'm much better than I was yesterday. I was struggling yesterday with tiredness, but I had a very good night's sleep last night. Walked the dog this morning because Marion was at the hospital. All is good.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I need to
How
grab
are you?
some stuff.
Fine.
And what about
gentle.
you, John?
He's just taking his headphones off. He's grabbing some stuff.
Yeah, sounds like there's a bit of lag again.
Nothing unusual. We come to expect it.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit annoying though. And I don't. It was all right until I downloaded Firefox. I'm wondering if Firefox is causing it now.
Wouldn't surprise me, but who knows?
Who knows?
Bloody
Ah.
things.
So here we are. Friday Fury
Wait.
Day.
Yes. And just a reminder, Sunday is when all the competition entries need to be entered, submitted. Because
Crap.
next Friday, Mr. Charles is going to be on here to announce the winners.
Awesome.
I better do some work there.
Yeah, and I need to give him the 5 days so that he can him and Mr. Skippins can go over the entries. Pick their winners.
When is it Sunday you need the photos done by?
Yeah.
Right. So I know what I'll be doing tomorrow. Frantically working on the base.
Yeah, it's all about the base, mate.
No trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
John, you don't need to fiddle with your microphone. It's working fine, buddy. We can hear you.
Okay. All right.
When you fiddle with it, all you can hear is
Yeah, right. Okay. Sea Fury.
yes. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, actually. Since next Friday, Mr. Charles is going to be coming on and hopefully Skiffins to announce the winner of the competition. Next Friday is going to be a creative Friday where people can just pop up onto the panel and stuff once we've announced the winners. Yeah, thought we'd do something a little bit different instead of doing Sea Fury.
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
looking forward
Open
to
up
it.
to
I
the
must, as my diorama base for my entry is only at the sculptor mold stage at the moment. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow.
You have, because you did the sculptor mold last week.
I know,
But
I've had a
been
busy
slacking,
week.
Mr. Morris.
No, I've been out all the time, haven't I? Was it Cosford and face-to-face session and option modelers and God, blimey!
I just realised when you look at your desk, you and John have both got white hair, both got similar shade of blue t-shirt, and you're both facing the same direction.
Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong camera.
Because you're both.
Let me change cameras, and then that will change all.
We'll be able to see your t-shirt better then as well. Oh, that's top of your head.
Cool.
You could just try tilting the camera. There we go. Look at that. How lovely is that? Okay, stop sticking your boobs out now.
So
The moves.
I mentioned the other day that maybe not live. I think it did, but yeah, we met Duke at the model show in Melbourne, like about a week ago, Sunday last week.
He is.
Did you see the T-shirt he was wearing on that day?
I did. It looked good.
I'll bring it up. If I don't think Duke would mind his face being shown.
Nah, he's not bothered, Dukey.
Let's have a look. So change my camera. Ah! That one.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
Nice one, Duke.
Yeah, good T-shirt. Excellent T-shirt. Represent.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look, while the camera's here, I'll show you what I'm up to. So I had last time, I hadn't done this for a couple of weeks. I've been away. However, I had finished the interior. It's all, we've mentioned it's like a black ergonomic slum in there, but I've fitted some aftermarket seats. I had a set of RAF World War II seat belts with a couple of sets left over.
Yes.
One set of Sutton harness and one with another type, whatever that is. Sutton seat belts, but it doesn't say what these other ones are called. Either way, so they're on there, and I painted quite a lot of, just now, quite a lot of, hang on, just give me a sec.
Yeah. We're waiting. Apparently, there's 25% sale on the merch store at the minute as well.
Bloody hell, you're always having sales on that store.
Yeah.
More sales than DFS.
Yeah.
Other providers of furniture are available. He's gone.
Yeah. I might have to get another T-shirt next week.
Oh.
That's how I look through what I want.
I don't know what I'm doing. Next week feels like an age away. Don't know what's happening next week.
Yeah.
Where's he
about it. Tell me about it.
Righto then.
Whilst we're waiting for him, we'll go through the chat.
Good idea.
Looking good. Ooh, my camera's looking good today. Not me, just the picture quality. Bob says, not crazy, just enthusiastic. Yeah.
I gather he was in ridiculously early this morning.
Well, that was at 10:30, and he was in before that. And I think Dieter was in first. Bob says, crazy Belgium, may I ask, as a lot of non-UK people ask if we know Benny Hill, do you know Hercule Poirot? Typed in a poetic sing-song style. And I said, brilliant. Bob says, my punctuation needs punching today, but read and search for the lost. There we go. Bob says, well, just had what I thought was the last pair of Strand Beast delivered, but a check through Fleabay shows 2 singles yet to come. One sideways and one forwards. So I put, dear God, man, how many does that make in total now? Are you ready for this, Gary?
Go on.
That means 10 here and 2 in transit. So it's 12 altogether.
Well, what can I say?
Odd, isn't it? All the way from the other side of the world, China, and a pair to be sent back that way. Antipodean Marlies. BV, oh, that's me. Said, bloody hell. Have you thought of banning yourself on the company's website or something? That's a lot of money, bud. 12. Bob says, just as well they don't walk all that way. Yeah. And he says, eBay, various vendors, and I'm just skiing or spending kids' inheritance.
Yeah. They don't need it.
Yeah, that's what my dad says when he goes on holiday. GM says, oh dear, it's all downhill, isn't it, Bobby? Time to padlock the keyboard of yours up. He says, Grello. Greetings, fellow plastic modelers, ready to embark on another voyage of discovery.
Oh yes,
The weird and wonderful world of
more like a voyage
VVC.
into the more like a voyage into the Twilight Zone.
Yes. David Dean says, morning, afternoon, evening all. Back shortly, running messages down to Ustrad.
Morning,
Cool.
David.
Morning. Matt says, hello, everyone. Hello, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people. Hope you're not land mad while watching the stream.
Wow, what can I say?
Is sanity an option? I didn't realise.
Not in this
James
neck of the woods. We're about to get a slap round the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Marion.
Hello.
Hello. Missed you.
Oh, I heard that then.
Yeah, she's surprised she heard you. She's just been confirmed that she's deaf.
Oh, who said that?
Wow.
Pardon?
GM says, good day, guys. What's land mad, Duke? Graham says, morning, Gull. Are we all happy? Ecstatic.
Erotic.
Hey?
Erotic.
I think you're on the wrong channel there, Gary.
Oh, damn. I was thinking of Mankini again.
Have you signed Marion up to OnlyFans without telling her?
No.
Columbus Marvel says, woo, Friday night fun. How is everyone? Hello, Callum.
It's been a busy week, Callum, and I am suffering from the effects of a very busy week, but it's been a good week.
Ian says, hello, hello. Hello, Ian.
Hello, hello, hello. What's all this thing?
Yeah.
It was proceeding past. Go on.
Ian says, Gary, I think Duke is twisting Sea Fury into land mad. I think he's just mad. Jim says, hello, strap in. It could get bumpy. I'm so glad I read that right. And he says, Ian Duke is twisting Sea Furies. Oh, dear. Julian Davison, he says, Morgan Plastic Fantastic. Hello,
Hi,
Julian.
Hey, Julian.
Joe says, good morning, afternoon, evening to all. Start of the weekend. Tiff, hope you're feeling better. Apparently she is. Her nose is cleared now, so she can breathe.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Hi, Joe.
Which is always a bonus.
Yes, it does help, I
Yes.
find.
Jim says, hello and a happy Friday to all. Hello, Jim.
Good day, Jim.
G'day, Jim.
Oh, no, Pananda. June says, afternoon all, uploading pics from phone of Hurricane to Discord. Excellent. Julian, king of the heathens.
He likes to move it, move it.
Yeah. They see him rolling. They hate it. Patrolling and trying to catch him riding dirty. Duke says, you're correct, Ian. Ha ha ha. I could just picture Julian being all gangster going down the street with his hat on sideways and everything. His big gold chain on. Although it is South Wales, so it'd probably be a bike lock rather than a chain. Graham says, if anyone is in the area, which I doubt, then my club show is on tomorrow, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. in Cooper, Fife, in the old parish centre. Come say hello. Awesome.
I'm not sure, but I think Lisa and Carl might be there from Friends of Models for Heroes.
Probably.
I did see something about ages ago about them going to Cooper. So there may be a Friends of Models for Heroes stander.
Yeah. Do go and say hello and say, we know you.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't come across as creepy at all.
Make sure Carl's smiling.
Yeah. You got to make sure Carl smiles for once. Duke says, I just have decals to do on my entry. Ooh,
I've done the decals.
I've
just
got
got
context. That sounds so wrong.
Yeah.
Jim says, John, get on with it.
I think he was summoned away.
Tiff says, afternoons, folks. Please don't forget to that lube button. Yes. Lube the channel up, lovely.
Yeah, lube and
Hit the lube
subscribe.
dispenser. That's what we should call it, the lube dispenser.
The lube dispenser.
Graham says,
Yeah.
you should put a link in the store to the store in the description. That's why I have a moderator. He's good like that. Jim says, I'm enthusiastically crazy. Good.
I'm crazily enthusiastic.
Yeah. Jim says, reference retailers in general, MFI equals made for effing idiots.
Yeah. They were good with. They always had a sale on as well.
Yeah. And
I'm sure
DFS.
MFI became DFS.
Yeah. Phil says, hi all, just here to till the Ponty ping pings. The microwave.
Oh, right.
Joe says, Mikey, that haircut and shave still looks good. Maybe it's the camera. Yeah, I think it probably is, mate, because it's already growing back on my cheeks. Tiff put the link into the merch store. Thank you, Tiff. Told you she was good.
Tiffany.
Ian says, hello and thank you, Tiff. I will have a gander of Redbubble after the stream. Awesome. Ian, be careful what you spend. You've already spent, bought half the shop. Make sure you check what you've already bought.
I've got to do some drillage.
Ooh. Tiff says her chest still hurts, though. Oh. I'm not going to walk into that one. June says, I'm pretty sure the day doesn't need help to be a pain in the ass, so the district nurse informed me it's Friday the 13th was unnecessary. Yeah. Jim says, I used to twist rolling papers with my favorite kind of wacky tobacco in it back in my younger days. Okay. Aussie Ian's in. He says, good morning, afternoon, and evening all. Happy Friday. Hello, Aussie Ian. And Callum says, Duke's putting what in his where? Tattoo in his butt, by the sound of it. GM says, Mr. Morris, reference your airbrush compressor overheating. I have a similar problem here. I since have placed a small fan at one end to push air over the motor. It works enough to delay overheat. It's not a bad idea. Use a little desk fan.
Idea, thanks. Yeah, I'll bear that in mind.
Yeah, there we go. And we've caught up with chat. Kind of. Kevin says, good day, everyone. Can't stay long today. Wife's doctor's appointments. No problems, buddy. I think Gary's signaling an aircraft.
So I was explaining some financial transactions to Marion.
It's all right. It just looked like you were guiding in some aircraft or something.
God. Gone are the days.
Speaking of aircraft, let's go to the Sea Fury. Yay!
Hey, let's zoomage. Now, I've come across a little problem, and the reason I'm zooming in quite a lot is so you can see it. When you oh God. When you attach wings,
put the ailerons on. Yeah?
No, these bits here, these aren't attached yet. Right, they just push down onto there.
Yes.
It does leave a rather large gap.
I don't have to worry about that. Mine's going to be folded up.
Yeah, that if you're doing it folded, you haven't got that problem. But see if I can get it back on there. Actually. Excuse me, I'm getting another bollocking.
Says, just to uncatch it. It's okay.
Yeah, I keep getting called away as well.
Oh, he's taking his drugs. That's what, ketamine.
I've forgotten to take my tablets this morning, and I've been reminded to take my tablets this morning. So I haven't hung the washing out, and I haven't taken my tablets. But I did take the dog for a walk.
There you.
Or did I take the washing for a walk and hang the dog out?
I don't know, but if you say that again, you'll probably end up with the RSPCA knocking on your door. Telling people
Yeah,
that you're hanging the dog.
These Wing Fit. Oh no, it's gone now. It actually fits quite nice when you do it properly. Bugger.
We had a contractor in today because when we had our boiler replaced last month or the month before, the new boiler's smaller than the old one, but they never plastered around where they'd removed the old boiler. So they come back and fixed it today. And it turns out the guy that was doing it is a veteran as well. And he watches the channel sometimes.
Oh, bloody hell. And he knows where you live now. That's worrying.
Yeah. Yeah. So I gave him a channel sticker.
Oh, lovely. And he said, no cash, thanks.
Ian says, I had to shave the dovetail joints of the wings with a scalpel. There
Yeah.
you go. Hey, Rich is in. He says, hey, guys, how is everyone doing today? Hello, Rich.
Hey, Rich. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Gary?
Oh, blink since then. It's gone.
Oh. Bob says, somebody else in the Rattle Gang, although my intake has been reduced by using injections.
Oh, that's just the mornings one. Those are the ones I should have taken when I got up this morning. I've then got one to take at lunchtime, a fistful at tea time, and then another one to go when I go to bed.
Yeah. I've been stopped my statins now for 2 weeks to see if it stops all the pain and muscle weakness and things. So, yay. Down to 7 in the morning now. Woohoo.
Bit concerned. I just had a letter from the stroke doctor with the results of my scan that I had after my little trip to hospital in January.
Yeah.
And she said on it, following the results of the CT scan, I didn't have a CT scan. I had an MRI scan.
Are they inviting you back for a chat?
No, I've got an appointment with a neurologist coming up. They said they could see some changes, but it was positive.
Yeah.
It was in line with
channel.
It was in line with what had happened before, not what happened that time.
Yeah.
So basically, they're still saying I didn't have a stroke.
Yeah. Rich says, it's been a while. It has, buddy. It's nice to have you back. Ian says, hey, Rich, good to see you. Happy Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing who wins the competition. It's going to be interesting.
I don't think it'll be me.
Well, I haven't given James and Malcolm any parameters. I just told them
I haven't finished my base yet.
Yeah, I've told them they can use whatever parameters they want to decide.
Oh my God! You put James on a loose lead.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no walnuts in it or no hobnobs, he won't be happy. If anybody's done any armoured fighting vehicles and you've painted the underside of the armoured fighting vehicle, I expect Mr. Charles will be marking people down for that. Wasting paint.
I'm sure he won't.
I'm sure he will.
Although I always paint the underside of armoured fighting vehicles.
As do I.
So say we all.
Yeah. Because you never know who's going to look at the bottom.
No one's looking at my bottom. Ah! Ah!
I don't blame you.
Ah!
That's stupid. John.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in quite deep as well.
Oh,
That was in quite deep.
I missed it. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it back.
I named that
That was like
thing
the
in
over drill
pain.
bit.
And over.
Luckily, it was very shallow. But I
It
have
just went
bleedage.
long underneath the skin.
I have bleedage.
Oh no, you'll have to get your minion plasters out.
Health and safety. Fill the accident book in.
Yep. It's in the office. Rich says, "Hey Ian, happy Friday."
We've got an office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've got an
that's
office
yeah.
now. I'm
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
in it currently.
Oh no! Don't tell me minion part. Oh, there's one.
I've got some superhero ones.
Well, it's either if I haven't got any minion ones left, which I have, thank God. Look, bleedage.
Oh no! Don't get on your Sea Fury.
Yeah, I'm not doing the red one.
Uh,
I have got minions. For a minute, I was worried it would be unicorn. The only other classes I've got is unicorns. So, right, clean the wound with a nice sterile cloth.
Lovely.
Have you not got wet wipers on it?
I can spit on it.
Oh god!
That's what my nan always used to say. If you had an accident or a boo-boo, oh, just spit on it. It'll be all right. And she lived to nearly 102, so probably wise words.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe says, "Good medical news then, Gary. Good. Keep us updated."
Yeah, that was before I stabbed myself with a drill.
Yeah. Rich says, "This is the new crown next to my name." Yeah, it's a points thing that YouTube does on some channels now to encourage people to engage. Julian says, "GP doctor letters or texts are always a pain. My GP texted me, follow your recent hospital appointment. We require a 2-week blood pressure diary. I didn't have any trouble with my blood pressure." Oh, well. There you go.
Could have bled to death by the time I got this plaster out.
Man up, princess. Ian says, "Yes, Rich, they appeared about a month ago, but if you watch the show back, they're missing from the chat." Yeah. They're only whilst it's actually in the live chat. Whilst the chat's running live. Bob says, "What's going wrong? Julian H with his crown stolen." Yeah. Joe says, "Mikey, I'm missing a nephew's birthday party to make sure I finish the challenge build.
All right.
Using airbrush for the first time too, but that paint set me back several days." Oh, bloody hell. Well, you don't have to miss your nephew's birthday party, mate. It's not obligatory. You know, family comes first in real life.
My nephew's just got a BSc with honours, a 2.2.
Ooh, I don't know what that means. But ooh.
He's at Liverpool. He was at Liverpool University, and he is now a zoologist.
Ah. Well, if it's Liverpool University, doesn't half the course involve how to undo wheel nuts? How to undo a locking wheel nut with your teeth?
Yeah. Week 1, day 1, that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Julian
it's the
says,
entrance exam.
Julian says, "Until that text, then my stress kicked in, and guess what? Yep, that text caused the issue they were asking about. Annoyed." Rich says, "Oh, okay, just shows how long I haven't been here." No worries. Jim says a wee bit of lacquer thinner will help soothe the pain, Gary.
Yes, I was thinking, could do what Peaches did that time.
Yeah, that was funny.
He stabbed himself.
I'd be worried why you'd be dropping your trousers for
Yeah.
something on your hand.
Yeah.
Julian says that won't last, Bob. I'm a mouthy git. Rich says, be right back, gotta take out my washing. No problems.
All right, just because I
Jem
didn't.
says, plug the bleeding gap with a drill bit. No, don't do that. Joe says, the nephew is 30 years old. He'll be okay. Wife is taking him a bottle of Malbec. My guess. Fair enough. Jim says, he got a Desmond. Congrats to Jim. Congrats to him, Gary. Desmond Tutu.
Yeah.
Tutu.
Yeah. I had the I had to ask my sister what a 2.2 meant, and she said it's apparently
it means he's a brainy git.
It's the third best one you can get, apparently. So I doffed my cap on him to him, and I said, "I am but a humble dwarf."
It just means he's really well indoctrinated.
He's very clever.
Bob says, yeah. Bob says, I have a toolkit for locking wheel nuts, eBay offer, but my cars don't have locking wheel nuts.
Bob, have you ever ordered anything that you actually need?
I don't think he has. That's
I'm
funny.
gonna send Bob a list of things I need and get him to order them for me, I think.
Don't say that, because he would. Just to be clear, anyone who's watching this channel for the first time, we don't send Bob's shopping list of what we want. We absolutely do not do that.
Because we get
Bob's
far
just
too
very
many.
kind, and Bob's just very kind and occasionally donates a kit to the channel.
Yes, he's a good egg. We like Bob.
We like Bob. Next. Oh, Modders is keeled over again.
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. Jim says, Benji.
Yeah, he's upset. His mum's just gone out.
Oh. Tiff says, be right back, cool. Okay. Colin says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Hello, Colin.
Colin, that stuff
That's
is
one of your
brilliant.
lines, Gary.
Yeah, Colin's one of them. Colin is the chief constable. He's in charge of security at our group. He lent me this curvy Tamiya tape, and
yes,
I likes it a lot, so I'm ordering some. I can say that out loud because Marion's not in the building. Yes.
Apparently, our local inspector has just been promoted to chief inspector.
Chief.
He's only in his 30s or something. He looks quite young.
Yeah, but they come into the job with degrees and everything now, don't they? You know.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like the old days.
Not that I'm belittling degrees, Thomas. If you're watching,
but we all got on perfectly well without one.
No, you're not, because you're in the pub
celebrating.
No, he works in a pub.
June says, a first is a Jeff, a Hurst. There we go.
Jeff Hurst, yeah.
Ian says, Bob really is skiing downhill. And Bob says, what confuses me is where did I find a downhill lake? Oh, okay. What I'll do is I'll move the camera that way because I keep bloody making things off camera. It's annoying. All right. GM says, any kit you like as long as it's a strange beast from Bob. Everyone gets a free strand beast on the channel.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Julian, degrees go first, 2.1, upper second, 2.2, lower second, and third. There we go.
Well,
I wanted to go to university, but parents couldn't afford it, so I didn't go. And then I
went to the
realized later in life.
University of Life.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
failed that.
you haven't failed that. You're here. You're still breathing.
It's true. Yes, just. That was a bit off camera.
So many.
It is a bit fiddly, the old top part of the wing. If you're not doing it folded, I think the intention from Airfix is probably, although they give you the option, is to have it wings folded.
Yeah.
But
did you drill out all those stupid holes in the wing? Port side wing.
all the holes are drilled. Just need some cleaning up, which I will do.
We've got 21 people watching.
I hope they've all lubed and subscribed.
Yeah. I'm sure most of them are subscribed by now. Whether they've lubed up, I don't know, because Ian usually forgets. It usually takes about 2 or 3 reminders for Ian to do it.
I doubt very much whether Colin has lubed.
Modern says there's only 13 lube.
Come on, people. It's
Only
only
13
lube.
lubes. Jim says downhill lakes are next to flat earths, usually found on the side of a flat earth. Is that on the back of the turtle? Of the great turtle in the sky? Rich says, I'm back now, guys. Awesome. Welcome back. Oh, shit. I was just drilling into my desk.
I see.
Bob says, nearly have enough beasts to go round.
I thought they went sideways.
Well, some of them would go forwards, apparently.
He's got the full range.
Next Buddy Build, sponsored by Bob.
Bob's Build.
Yeah. In fact, it'd be the next but one, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've still got kits to buy for the next 2 builds.
Yes. Tiff says, stop buying the beasts, Bob. Yeah. Well, that was bloody handy, wasn't it? Bob says, with elephants. Yes.
No, I like a good elephant, mate.
That doesn't sound dodgy at all.
Oh, it has to be a proper elephant, not an Asian elephant, an African elephant. They're proper elephants, they are.
I don't know how to respond to that. Colin says, no, you are correct, Gary. Sorry, mate. Ian says, I'm pre-lubed today. I'll have you know.
Always a good option, that. Always a good option, pre-lubing. Let us not go to Camelot. It is a silly place.
Yes, but we seem to spend a lot of time there, don't we? I thought somebody was blowing their nose outside then. It wasn't. It was a trials bike going around the estate somewhere.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was my reciprocal sander.
I can't hear anything from you two other than John's spray booth.
Yeah, I can. Is it too loud?
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. It's
not a problem, John, at all. Not a problem. So it isn't our
Got
Elizabeth.
man.
Now the question is,
Ooh,
the
Rich.
flaps,
Yes, go on.
do the flaps go on, or the ailerons? Sorry, do the ailerons go on before or after you put the bottom wing in? I suggest after.
Rich says, I went to Bridlington yesterday and there was a model shop and I was gutted because I didn't have enough money to buy a model kit. Yeah, it's always frustrating when that happens. Especially if you see a kit that you really want.
Oh,
Well, I know what I was going to tell you, boys. When I was at Cosford on Monday,
Yes,
hiding behind the Avro Lincoln
Yes.
was the Sea Fury's Air Force brother, a Tempest.
Ooh. Did you take photos?
I think I did, actually. I think I did take some pictures of it. Let me have a look.
Yeah. Whilst you do that, Julian says, some degree nicknames have changed. Attila Hun or Trevor Nunn for a first. Guessing some don't know Jeff Hurst. 2.2 is still a Desmond. Third is a Thora, Hurd, or Douglas Hurd. Okay.
Not to be confused with a
Richard Third. He says, that's John's spray booth. It sounds like a concrete mixer.
No, it's all right.
Jim says, as always, Mr. Marley, your spray booth is never too loud. In fact, I never hear it when in use. I don't know about anyone else. Yeah, I think it's because I have the sound turned up on the computer. God, there's some bloody holes in this.
I can't find the...
it's maybe because I have a different headset, different microphone.
You know, they talk about gaps on aircraft when you're building models. I forget what aircraft this was now, but look at that for a gap.
Yeah.
You know,
is that on the real aircraft?
Yeah. We worry about filling it. Oh, here's an interesting. Here's a good photo. These are the chaps. There's the crew that went to Cosford.
Look at that in his Friends of Models for Heroes t-shirts.
Yeah, Friends of Models Heroes t-shirt.
Moron, riding your motorbike.
The whole gang, apart from Vic and Denise, who went to Cosford on Monday because they left slightly early.
There's some bloody idiot riding a bloody trail bike around the estate with no helmet on. Just a balaclava.
Never
because he's dead.
Yeah. Never a policeman around when you want one.
No. When we're driving around, sometimes we see people out. I always say to Gary, I wish I was an unmarked police car. I'd be ticketing everyone, me.
Oh, crapola.
Ian says, I wanted to go to Cosford last Sunday.
What, for the air show?
Mm.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had a lot of cancellations.
Yeah. June says, I've forgotten, Richard. There are a few names for a third. It could be an Amber turd. Graham says, Cosford is on the list for the Monday after Telford on the way home. See, I'm thinking of going on the Saturday. Just because Telford is so busy on the Saturday.
This is true. It is busy on the Saturday.
Yeah,
however, I should be there. I should be there both days.
Well, yeah, because you've got to be there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Penny's going on Cosford on Sunday as well. Saturday, even. Next. Julian says, Mikey, the helmet is the Egypt riding the bike. Yeah, you're not wrong. I was saying this to Kay yesterday, right? I rode motorbikes for a few years, and I can't understand why you'd want to ride a motorbike without a helmet on. Especially around here when all the roads are dead windy and stuff, and you know that if you hit some wet leaves or something, you're coming off the bike.
You see, I take it one stage further. I don't understand why people want to ride a motorbike.
Because it's very exhilarating. I think the police, if the police see people doing that, I think the police should just knock them off the bloody bikes.
Knock them off the bike.
Smack their head on the curb, bit of curb stomping. You know what I mean?
Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah. You'll remember your helmet next time, won't you, fool? Obviously, we don't condone police violence.
The views of the bearded veteran are not necessarily the views of this channel.
Jim says, idiots abound everywhere, Mikey, even in Wales. Yes. GM says, the wing fillets, give me a chance. The wing fillets are missing from the wing, Gary, hence the gap.
Hey, do you mean I've missed something out?
Possibly. Bob says, Grasshopper Mind has latched onto Julian's third comment. 2 Ronnies rhyming slang sermon by Ronnie Barker. Way to confuse Americans. Well, most of them. Ooh, Black Hat's in. He says, what's up?
I don't think I've missed anything out.
Gary.
Hello, Black Hat. Congratulations on your
Black Hat.
Your interview with the American podcast.
Stop kissing up to him, John.
Okay.
Ian says, see Graham at Telford on Sunday. Yes. Or we could all have a channel outing, except from Gary, obviously, and John. Have a channel outing to Cosford on Saturday. That'd be funny. June says, Mikey is the young, nothing bad. Sorry, go on.
£7.50 car parking.
What, at Cosford?
Yeah.
With the blue badge?
Yeah.
Jesus wept. Robbing swines. I knew the area for
what's the money?
Entrance is free.
I still believe the area for assholes.
How very dare you.
June says, Mikey, it's the young, nothing bad can happen to me because I'm invincible, idiotic belief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graham says, excellent, Ian. East Nuke Model Club stand. Nice. Jim says, hello, Black Hat. Black Hat says, why, thank you. Julian says, afternoon, Black Hat. Gary says, GM says, Gary, the photo of the real aircraft wing, the wing fillet is missing. There we go.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I've been panicking then. GM.
Yeah.
Black Hat says, sorry, John, I did forget to mention you in relation to the Aussie 4848 crew. Mind blank during the interview. Sorry, mate.
It's all right.
It's all right, you bastard. Jim says, Black Hat, did you enter into the Tamir t-shirt giveaway that Workbench Hobbies Clayton was doing on his channel? Ooh.
Okay. Right.
Right.
Left.
What is wrong with this image?
It's got crabs.
No, the wing was bent up. It's a really...
I see, said the blind man.
And they're off, as the monkey said as he slid down the circular saw.
Ooh, 23 people watching now. Ooh, hello.
23 people with nothing else to do on a Friday lunchtime.
Yesterday's stream's done well. Before we went live, is at 147 views and 24 likes.
Well,
I can't remember much about yesterday. I was in a bit of a sleep deprived.
The big boy build.
It was the big
Timmy
boy.
says,
yes, I remember now.
Timmy says, good day, host and chat. A bit late today, but made it. Timmy will be joining us for the next build as well.
Ooh.
how cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to come up with a character for him for the intro.
Oh.
A wombat.
Or an emu. A tactical emu.
Cane toad.
No, because then that just looks like I'm calling him fat, saying he's got a double chin.
That's not right. No, Queenslanders. Well, you know. Referred to as
inter-Australian rivalry there.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go together. Black Hat says, no, Jim, we kind of had an agreement not to jump into each other's giveaways. Feels weird to be in it when we are both YouTubers. Oh, shit. Ian says, hello, Black Hat. Good day, Tim. See, I don't mind that, to be honest. I just want everyone to have fun, though. Davey says, afternoon all. Popped in to say hi as I'm on my lunch break at work. Hello, Davey.
Hello, Davey.
Hello, Davey.
DP says, oh, DP with baby cakes in. Hello.
Hello,
She
mate.
says, a platypus. Possibility. Tim the platypus. DP says, hi, everyone. Hello, DP.
Hello, mate.
Ian says, hi, baby cakes. Sounds like he's flirting that, doesn't it? Hey, baby cakes. It always reminds me of that song, the song Baby Cakes from when I was a teenager. Jim says, hello and good morning, DP.
Hello, good morning, and welcome.
DP says, hi, Ian. And hi, Jim.
Hi, Jim. No, Jim.
Jim says, how are things in California?
Oh, yes,
You're having an interesting time in Cali, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. Interesting times.
Been a bit of a rotten year.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of a rotten year, really, haven't we?
It's been a bit rough.
That's what she said.
Oh, please. Keep it clean, Carruthers.
And by that, I don't mean that's what DP said.
Yeah. And Mikey breaks out the JCB to dig himself out of that hole.
Bloody recycler men and noisy sods.
Oh,
can you hear him in the background?
Meldrew of Hollywell, aren't you?
Don't tell people where I live.
Not
God,
like I
get
gave
docked
you
on my own team. But yeah, I am. I like peace and quiet, man. Saying that, right? It must have had a good effect because enjoying the quiet so much. Because when I left the forces, I'd lost quite a bit of hearing from blast damage and stuff.
Right.
And even before I got married, my hearing was on the borderline of needing a hearing aid. I had a hearing test beginning of this year, and my hearing is actually now better than what it would be a normal person my age would have.
Great.
How weird is that? And I think that's just because I live in such a quiet environment all the time. So
You live
either
with
my
Kay.
hearing's got better or my brain. Well, yeah.
You live with Kaylee.
Either my hearing's got better or my ears. Are you saying my wife's noisy?
No, I'm not
She
saying
might
that.
hurt
What I'm
you.
saying is your wife is bubbly and vivacious.
You're saying she's gobby.
No, I'm not.
I hear what you're saying. Oh, shit. DP says it's been grand. She gets to look at all the soldiers marching around and all the Marines. Wow. That's DP, obviously, not my wife. I'm not accused of that. David says, hi again, back now, 20-minute drive turned into nearly an hour. Yeah, that does not sound fun. Although it does sound like South Wales. So, hey, that's what happens when you laugh.
I've got
Gary's
wings.
just playing.
Yeah. Red Bull gives me wings.
Jim says, what's that? I can't hear you, Mikey. Jim's saying he can't hear me. Bob says, David, sounds like a trip to the pub. 20 minutes there, 40 back.
Somebody say trip to the pub.
Sounds like a grand idea. I was thinking that the other night. I actually missed the days where I used to go and sit with mates in a beer garden and stuff in the summer. It used to be nice.
I shall have to talk Marion into taking Benji for a walk next week down to the Woodbridge Inn.
Jim says the Airfix 148 P51D Mustang kit has 2mm gaps in place of panel lines. Fed up of pushing putty into all the gaps. Kit is back in the box pending. Do not pursue this. Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Yeah, this has got some gappage here that I don't like, but it won't take much filler to sort that out. And it is where the top wing and where the wings join. So, like I say, I'm sure Airfix design was for the preferred design was to have the wings up.
Yeah. David says 3 sets of roadworks. Yikes. Three sets of sheep crossings. Callum says, saying pub is the male equivalent of saying walkies to a dog with the same level of excitement. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Good point.
I miss going to the pub. David says, question for John. What dialine did you use for the SE5A? What diameter?
Line per rigging?
0.6. Yes.
I didn't.
Well, that's just being an amateur, isn't it?
No, I'm looking for it. I used Easy Line, which is like an elastic, but I can't see where I put it. I'll have a look around. Oh, no, there it is, under my tape. 100 feet, 30.5 meters, doesn't say. Don't know. It's just fine, easy line, so it doesn't actually have a diameter. It's running a bit low. I think I might need to get some more. I've been using a lot of it. So no, it doesn't really have a size. You can get out the vernier, but it doesn't. No, it's just fine, easy line. Yeah.
Jim says, GM, a suggestion. With such wide gaps, sheet plastic might be a solution.
Yeah, I could
Maybe.
put a shim in there. Done that before.
Shim.
Shim.
Shibby.
You could print your own wing off. Bob says, got told off for teaching my grandson that cattle grids produce car farts, much to the disgust of his mother. They produce depression. If you're in the army and you go to training on Sennybridge, you know that cattle grids produce depression. Because no matter what mood the troops are in, the minute they go over the cattle grid on the entry to Sennybridge training area, everyone gets depressed. Because they know the weather's going to be bloody awful. Jim says, the Airfix Sea Fury kit is very good. I wouldn't worry about the wing join gaps, Gary, as they're actually there on the real thing.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask.
Well, now you know.
So, thank you.
David says, okay, thanks, John. You useless git.
Sorry, I couldn't be more help.
That can't be right. No, I was doing it right. There we go. Bit of rear undercarriage work being carried out here.
Yeah.
We actually have to assemble.
And the garage.
Oh, let's get there. Let's see if I can focus it. Hang on. Standby callers. It's not in one piece. You have to... oh, come on. You have to assemble it. And that's quite a good thing.
Oh, what's
that's
that?
a tail.
The tail, the rear tail, the tail wheel. Yeah. I actually think that's a good idea.
Cool.
Another positive for this trip.
Julian. Yeah. Julian says, evening, Jim. Tim. Oh, God. And Davey. Don't put them two names together, Julian. We're not saying hello to Tim Davey. He's an ass. He's the head of the BBC.
Davey? Oh, is he?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't watch the BBC.
He's the one that's trying to... He's the head of the BBC that's trying to make it so that the license fee goes on your council tax as part of your council tax. He's trying to persuade the government that that's a good idea.
Oh, well.
Graham Nimmo says...
They don't have good ideas.
No. Says, gotta go, guys. Have a good weekend.
See you later, mate.
See you later, buddy. Julian says, hi, baby cakes. Bob says, Julian's got his crown back. he is the king of the heathens. Jim says, be seeing you, Graham. Carrie Morris says, hello, people. Hello, Carrie.
Hello, daughter. She's just back from doing tots all morning, 10 till 12. She runs tots down at the church. Oh. So she's had screaming kids chasing her around.
Oh,
I don't know. P03. Yeah. Nice to see you back. Next modders. Thank you. Julian says, afternoon, Kerry. Gary says, Jim, yeah, I didn't have any plastic strips at the time. That UK plastic putty brand kept falling out of the gaps. After the third attempt, I gave up.
Yeah, plastic putty shrinks as it dries.
Yeah. Just put a piece of plastic card underneath it and then just use sprue goo to level it up.
Well, what I could do, although apparently they're supposed to be there, so I obviously won't do it. But if I was, I would just put a sheet of 1mm plastic card, then cut it off so it's reasonably flush, and then sand it down.
Yeah.
I shall leave it at that at the moment.
I'm debating whether to put the bombs and stuff on the wings before spraying it.
Yeah, I'm not going to have any stores or tanks on mine. I'm going for a wings folded option just to see how it turns out. But
I'm going for a wings folded
which,
option, but it's going to be armed.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, for mine, I have a choice of fuel tanks. But looking at, well, yeah, so the Royal Navy one has got bombs or RP3s or the Rato,
yeah,
or a camera prod. The racing one, obviously, no stores, and the Australian one only has the a particular size drop tank.
Yeah,
I think I'd prefer it without any stores on it and just have the wings folded neatly.
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've done any stores on an aircraft, so why not? David says, John, I'll Google that and see.
Right.
Ian says, another reason to stop paying council tax if they do that. Yeah. June says, F that Mikey, reference BBC tax, aka license fee. Yes. Just don't watch live TV and you don't need it. Or live broadcast programs other than live streams. It has to be from TV company.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't watch anything from a live broadcast company, then you don't, or BBC iPlayer, then you don't need a TV license.
Yeah. So we don't have that in Australia. Everyone pays for ABC and SBS, if that makes sense. It's like public. Everyone just pays. It's via. Yeah, you don't pay separately. It just comes out in your income tax.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's they do some really good shows, so I'm happy to pay it.
That's the problem. BBC don't do really good shows anymore.
Most of it's just virtue signaling crap. Tim says, you'll see when you get the FWD landing gear or forward landing gear, rock solid fit, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, Penny, you made me jump.
Penny says, boo. Hello, Penny.
Hi,
Long time no see.
Yeah.
June says, afternoon, Penny. Jim says, DP with baby cakes, you are awake early this morning. Are you an early bird like me? No, she doesn't get spandex on and start doing lunges. Hobby Time says, hi, guys. Hello, Hobby Time. Jim says, greetings, Hobby Time. Kerry Ann says, Dad, you need a new mat. That one's filthy. And are you wearing a plaster? Did you get a boo-boo? Oh, did he ever? He stuck a drill bit straight into his bloody finger. And it wasn't even a short bit. It was about that much. It was a good half inch.
Yes.
Right down to the bone it was.
It did make me go, ow.
Thing is, he was only drilling a bit of plastic.
Hey, look, you know what happens when I drill? I can drill right through walls if I want to.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And
says, even if you don't want to.
Yeah. I don't think Marianne's forgiven me for that yet.
Apparently, the ailerons are supposed to be at 17.5 degrees. I don't know what 17.5 degrees is.
Oh, I get the choice.
Well, because my wings folded, when the wings are folded, the ailerons are down, aren't they?
Yeah. I've just realised I haven't put mine on yet, so bear with.
That's naughty. Hobby Time says, hi, Jim, in his spandex. Black Cat says, who watches live broadcast anymore? Exactly. Who watches the mainstream media? people who walk around going, bah. June says,
I'm starting to think things like IPTV are the way ahead.
yeah. YouTube, that's the way ahead.
It is for documentaries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even watch telly anymore.
Oh,
And I don't just mean live broadcast. I just don't watch telly. I have Netflix and Disney Plus, but I barely watch them.
Netflix is a load of tosh now.
Yeah, I only watch it because there's like one or two good series that I like on there.
Speaking of which,
And go on.
there's
Because I need to get through the chat.
Yep. A trailer out now for the Series 3 of Foundation on Apple TV. Oh, looks so good.
I gave up on that.
Well, you're just wrong.
What are we watching at
I
the
give
moment?
up.
Oh, Mosquito Coast, the series.
Oh.
That's not bad.
Right, hopefully that'll set. June says, seeing your modelling snips, Mikey, reminds me, mine are bust. Need to get a mate to pick a set up later today. Oh, how did you bust your snips?
Easy.
Yeah, I did mine a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Black Cat said, well, that's just because you're all Neanderthals with five thumbs.
You can snap the tips off.
Plane smash. Black Cat says, I only watch YouTube. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, same here, buddy. I know what I can use. I can use a copy. GM says, the FX P51 gaps are all over the kit. Wings are of filling and sanding wore me out.
Yeah, but like I say, sometimes when you look at the real aeroplane, it's got gaps on it as well, as was proven to me at Cosfordon.
Yeah. Well, it's like when people put really dark panel lines and stuff on. You're like, why? Real planes don't have that. If they had panels, if they had gaps that big, they wouldn't fly.
Yeah. So I think what Gary's referring to is the P51 had all the rivets in the wings all puttied. Now the thing is, if a model company bought one out that's all puttied, the people would complain that there's no detail on it. So it's a rock and hard place, I think.
Yeah. June says, I'm trying to remember if I watch anything on BBC. Death in Paradise is the only thing I can think of. Yeah. Well, the thing is, 90% of what's on live TV, you can watch on catch up anyway. And you don't need a license to watch catch up TV. As long as you're not watching live, it's fine.
I'm seriously considering going to IPTV to watch what I want when I want.
Yeah. That's fine. As long as it's not broadcast and as in like scheduled, then it's fine. You don't need a TV license for it.
Yeah.
And the one to be careful with though is Sky, because they've been known to give the TV licensing information to say whose own if TV licensing goes to them and says, "Oh, this person has got a TV license. Do they have Sky?" They'll go, "Oh yeah, they got Sky." So then they have a reason to get into your to get a warrant then to get into your house.
I haven't got Sky. So.
Yeah. We got rid of it years ago. It's expensive crap. Kerry Ann says, yikes, Dad, you might die. You should have seen what he was using to clean the wound with, Kerry Ann.
Yeah.
The fact that
comment,
he's still alive.
Yikes, I might die comes from a comment Kerry Ann made years ago when she was a wee little girl, and she got the tiniest of little pinprick cuts on her, and she famously said to her brother, "Yikes, Lee, I might die."
See, I remember when I was about 5 years old, I cut my knee, and my dad sat me on the worktop, and he looked at me, "It's bad, lad. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go and get the saw out of the shed." And he went off and came back with the saw. I was like, "No, it's fine." He's like, "I thought so." June says it was a good half inch. That's what she said. Julian,
Please.
That's also
you're
what you
talking.
said.
That's Gary's daughter you're talking to, and she's the same age as me. Carry on,
God,
says,
he's got age into it again.
well, Julian's older than me and Carry on. That's why I said it.
I've sorted my flaps out. There you go. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh,
You're just childish and immature.
damn right I am. Callum says, I spent the stream working with pigment powders for my tank diorama. It's great for making dirt effects on tanks, ground, your desk, t-shirts, hands, anything else you might touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some chalk sticks, different coloured chalk sticks for making my own pigments.
Yes.
Pigment powder. You spend hours scraping with a knife to get to to turn the chalk stick into powder, and it's everywhere when you look up.
Matthew says, as Mikey says, that there is a protractor on his cutting mat below his hands. So there is. I've also got a plastic one somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Guesstimation's fine enough. Bob says Julian wasn't sure about the tech in Dip. Not keen on the actor, but he's doing a good, okay job. GM says the Edward Mustang kits are a joy to build. Airfix is crude, chunky rubbish. The only kit I have I don't like.
Oh.
Yeah. If you become a channel member and come on the members live. Yeah. Bob says, especially for a murderer in a previous season. Yeah, didn't you? June says, I do watch TV, but not the BBC, nor do I listen to any BBC radio station. BBC radio stations, it doesn't really matter. Whilst the money does go to, you don't need a license for them.
The only radio station I listen to is Absolute Radio Country.
Is that for Julian banjos?
Yeah.
I don't listen to the radio anymore. I like being able to choose what music I want to listen to when I want to listen to it.
Well, this is it. This is why going back to talking about IPTV, that's one of the reasons I would like to go that way, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, one of the programs that me and Kay like watching together on the odd occasion when we do watch telly is we watch The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, I can't stand that.
On Channel 4. So, well, it's on Channel 4. So what we do is we just watch it on the catch up.
Yeah, Marion was into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a depressing series that was.
I've not seen it.
Don't bother.
God, you're such a bloody whinge bag.
Also, today, I don't know if you noticed, there's a preview for Spaceballs 2.
Oh.
Yeah, but it won't be the same because John Candy won't be in it, will he?
Well, this is true.
Ian says, thanks, GM. I'm putting my Airfix P51 back in the attic. Not even going to open it. The lad had hopes for that kit.
I enjoyed
the other piss take sci-fi film I liked was it Galactic Quest?
Oh yeah,
yes.
Tim Allen.
Penny. Oh yeah, I know which one you're on about. Penny says, I bought the Dispace snips from Temu and they're a piece of art. Plastic now feels like soft clay.
Yeah, they are very good, the Dispace snips.
I got these off AliExpress. They're all right.
Shh, she's in the house.
Sorry. Mariette! Jim says, my slips still sort of work, but the retaining spring that opens them has snapped, so the jaws have to be pushed open. Oh.
Right.
Springs shouldn't have snapped. You haven't had them long. Penny says, plus you get a case for them, so you can throw it against the wall when your model has fitment issues. I got that one with a little leather case.
No, you need to just change your mantra, Penny, and just start thinking, why is that a fitment issue? What can I do to correct it?
Now
That's
listen,
the way you
Gary. You think he was all zen when he's making models?
Yeah. Zen and the art of scale model making.
He knocks shelves off and everything when he gets it wrong.
Hey, that shelf hasn't come down since I put it back up, though.
I'm not surprised you bolted it on from the other side of the wall. You got Marion's hat hanging on the other side of it. It's a good job poor Marion wasn't sat against the wall when you did it, wasn't it?
Well, no, because thankfully it's up high, but she was in the other room when it happened.
They must have been like watching Mr. Bean or something. Just sat there looking at a wall and then this drill bit comes through.
Hello?
It's more fun than BBC, apparently.
Well, this is it, yeah.
Carrie Ann says, I'm off. Have a great day, everyone. Have fun.
See you later, babe. Be good.
GM says, John is correct. North American filled and painted their aircraft before they left production line. The flight speed difference when unpainted is significant. There you go. June says, I said, now it's about Kerry. That's your mind, Mikey. Polishes halo, giving a disapproving look.
C28 and C16. C20.
TBG says, oh, no, GM says, Ian, have a look at the kits first. You may see it in a different view to how I see it. There we go. Sorry, GM. I nearly missed your comment. TBG says, hi, everyone. Hi, TBG.
Hello, TPG.
Bob says, Galaxy Quest voted the 7th best Star Trek film by Trekkies.
And the fact that Miss Weaver has a very low cut top all the time.
Ooh, so you choose your films based on whether the actresses are wearing very skimpy outfits or not, is what you're saying.
I couldn't possibly confirm or deny that comment.
Black Cat says, correct. Black Cat says, correct fitment issue. Start drinking down a full strength drink with every issue, and the issues seem to disappear so quickly.
Do you
That's
know?
Not a bad idea.
I might treat myself to a gin and tonic tonight.
Gin and tonic. You turned into your wife or something?
Marion doesn't drink.
Yeah.
No, it's just I haven't got any beer.
See, I've got a bottle of Guinness in the fridge, and I keep meaning to have
I wouldn't drink. I would not drink that for all the tea in China.
See, I never used to like Guinness, but I had one the other week, and it was quite nice. I quite enjoyed it. But I quite like stout and that, don't I? So.
Well, just cut the wrong bit off because that looks
I like stout
nothing.
and cat gales.
That looks nothing like. Oh no, it is.
Penny says, that comment about the painted Mustangs reminds me of a fun fact. Airlines are mainly white because white weighs less than coloured paint, hence less fuel used. Yeah.
And you can also spot hydraulic leaks easier.
Very true. And it stands out when it crashes into the ground. Bob says, Missy Pyle's translator broken speech. TBG says, I suspect Gary watched Alien for that scene with Mrs. Weaver in a very skimpy underwear.
I've never watched Alien.
I watched it as a kid.
It just doesn't appeal to me.
Says 22 lubes now. Yeah.
That sort of film does not float my boat.
I'm a
One film I
huge
do
fan of
like
that
is Hurt
movie.
Locker.
Do what?
Hurt Locker, I like. It's a good film.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it didn't have enough skimpy women in it, did it for you? You
Well,
dirty
no,
old
I
man.
mean,
You dirty old man.
He's lost for words.
I like if you want a good film, I think like 13 Days is a very good film.
Yeah.
About the Cuban Missile Crisis. That's an excellent film.
Bridge of Spies is a good film as well.
Bridge of Spies was a good film, yeah.
What was the one I was watching the other day? Ooh, 24 people watching now. Oh, I'm trying to think what I was watching the other day. 2 seconds, I'll have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a good. I've watched it a couple of times. It's a good film.
While you're doing that, I'll read the comments for you.
Go for it, mate.
Julian says, Army Painter Clippers, $11.99 seems a decent compromise between cheap crap that lasts 5 minutes and overpriced tat, in my honest opinion, like Godans. Yeah, they're all right, the Army Painter Clippers. Bob says, Guinness always feels like it should taste thicker, if you know what I mean. Yeah. There's a line in The Longest Day where Richard Burton goes into a pub, and asks for a pint of sludge. And I always think he's asking for Guinness. TBG says American Airlines didn't bother with paint. True.
Yeah.
Matthew says to Julian, less cleanup needed with flat-bladed cutters.
Yeah, I watched a film the other night on YouTube called The Outsider.
Okay.
It's about
hang on.
Ira
Is that Stephen
Hayes.
King? No.
It's about what? Sorry.
No, it's about Ira Hayes. Ira Hayes. He was the prima Indian that was one of the guys who raised the flag on Iwo Jima.
Oh, right.
And it's about how he struggled to cope with the fame and everything, and how he because he felt like he didn't deserve all the credit and stuff, but he unfortunately ended up drinking himself into an early grave.
That's a
He was
shame.
17 when he joined he was 17 when he joined the Marines, so he even had to get permission off his parents to join, and he unfortunately drank himself to death by the time he was 33.
Oh dear.
He died from exposure, and because he got drunk out in the hills somewhere by where he lived, and it snowed the night on that night.
Obviously,
so he passed away from exposure. Yeah, but it's a really good film. It's on YouTube, and it goes through like when he joined up, the training he had and everything. Because he joined the Marines and he didn't even know how to swim, but because the drill sergeant said, "On my command, jump in and swim X amount of lengths," he went. He tried to tell the drill sergeant, but the drill sergeant told him to shut up. So then he gave the command. So he just dove in with everyone else, and then didn't come back up.
Oh dear.
So they're like, "Why didn't you tell us that you couldn't swim?" And he went, "He didn't ask me." Yeah.
Another good film.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't like the actor, the main actor in it, because I think he's a terrible over actor. But Wind Talkers.
Yeah.
That's
so Nick Cage.
Film. Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's about
the Navajo.
Navajo Indians who were used in the Second World War to pass information in their own language. It's a very good film.
But the way they did it so that even if they captured a Navajo Indian, unless they were one of these wind talkers, they wouldn't understand it, because they instead of using words for tank and things, like a tank was a turtle and stuff like that. So they changed the words.
And they had they were paired up with a Marine
Yeah.
Who was their bodyguard. But also, if they looked like they were going to be captured, had
They have to kill
kill them.
Speaking of loads of Bob says, Julian, I bought a box of 10 Plato 170 knockoffs. I expected high attrition rate so far using one and giving one away and in nearly a year. Yeah.
Was that 10
it's weird
or 10 boxes, Bob? Just saying.
Yeah. Timmy says, my old man and I love a pint of Guinness when we catch up.
I just can't. I can't even. My mate Ian likes a Guinness, and no.
But you don't like dark ale, do you?
I'm not a big fan of porters and things like that.
Yeah.
I like me Indian pale ales and me pale ales.
Yeah. See, I like dark ales and stuff.
And stouts and that I find too heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
And your lagers are too gassy.
Would you like a Doom Bar, though?
Oh, I do like a Doom Bar. Oh,
bloody good beer, that.
Yeah. Julie says, question, Army painters, precision side cutters or their plastic frame cutter, same price?
I'd have to have a look. Let me have a look. 2 seconds, Julian. I will do some research.
So I had bought these ones recently. These are AK nippers. And they're the same price as the Tamiya ones, the cheaper Tamiya ones. And they go really well. I'm very impressed with them. In fact, the people behind the counter, all of them are saying, oh, yeah, I use them myself. Oh, yeah, they're great. Get them. So I thought, well, that's a good recommendation. People in the model shop.
I just got cheap ones off AliExpress because they cost like £2. Yeah. Next.
A bit of research going on here for you, Julian.
David says, yes, Mikey, saw that some time back. Yeah. It's a good film. It's a sad story, but it's a good film. David says, a very good film. Yeah. There's another one I watched as well. I'll have a look for it. It was a good one. Jim says, Ira Hayes featured in Clint Eastwood film Flags of Our Fathers.
Oh.
If it were me, Julian, I would go with precision side cutters.
Yeah. Julie says, I did like Wing Talk. Wing Walkers.
Yeah, it's a good film. We've got a thunderstorm warning.
Ooh.
That'll be Carrie Ann hiding under the stairs for the rest of the day.
It's not a fan of the old Thunder and Lightning, then.
Never has been. I love it. I could watch it for hours. We used to get some of the best thunderstorms ever out in Cyprus and in Corfu. Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Julie says, I did like Windtalkers. Yeah. I just read that one.
Good. It's very, very good.
Jim says, there were 2 flag raisings in Iwo Jima. The first was filmed, but not in the deliberate fashion as the second was. Ira Hayes participated in the second, more famous event. Yeah. It's just, like I said, it's a sad story, but it's a good film. Especially when you remember that he was 17 when he joined up. He was still a kid. Not the same as we were, really.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
I was 25. Late bloomer.
Yeah, Bronwyn said. Bob says, just 10 in a box of 10 to be precise. Tiff says, side cutter, I'd say. One blade makes for less cleanup. That's true. Yikes.
I'm struggling with this.
Next.
E08, E07.
Modders, wake up. Tiff says, I have the Display ones and I love them. Black Hat says, whilst I have God hand cutters, I usually use SMS, which are cheap as chips. Yeah. I've never bothered with expensive tools. There's no point.
Well, I've got my eye on the purple SMS ones. I think it's a dual edge nipper. They look really good. They're about $60 odd. So, it's at 30, 35 pounds. But I've not bought them. They were down the show the other day, but I did not.
Yeah. Julian says, thanks, John. The local shop has the AK ones for £4.49. Oh, there we go.
Huh.
Bargain. Jim says, I am a windbreaker after I eat beans. Penny says, yes, Queen weather warning up here. Thunderbolt and lightning. Very, very frightening. Ozzy Ian says, Johnny Cash sang a song about Ira Hayes. Yeah, the Ballad of Ira Hayes. It's a good song.
Good name for it then.
David says, first came across Ira Hayes in the song on one of Johnny Cash's LPs. There we go. Exploring Unseen, which is Rich, says, anyone seen Private Ryan? Oh, God, yeah.
First 20 minutes, absolutely.
If you're in the forces.
Okay, question for you two builders. I'm doing step 16, which is putting the exhaust stubs into the...
Yes.
Did you find that backwards?
Don't do what I did. I did a Marley.
Yeah, I think they're labelled incorrectly because I've cut off E7, but it fits on the side that E8 does. So I think they've labelled it wrong. Did you find that?
I did.
I noticed that.
I had a problem with that.
Yeah, I had the same thing.
All right. Well, simple fix.
It's not just you, don't worry.
Glue it where it fits.
Yeah, that's what I did. Trying to find the other film that I like. There's 12 O'Clock High. Maybe like Idle on Parade. That's quite a good one.
Next Door's Dog is working on its howling.
The Night We Dropped a Clanger. Light Up the Sky. That's it. Light Up the Sky. It's about World War II anti-aircraft battery and all the sort of shenanigans they get up to.
Shenanigans?
Yeah, like trying to sneak to the local farm and nick ducks and things.
Didn't they know there was a war on?
GM says, my JCar side cutters will cut small wires, circuit board pins, and plastic kit sprues very well. Was $16.
Right.
I've got a feeling that Gary M's on commission for JCar because I'm sure that's the second name drop he's done of them in 2 days.
Quite possibly. Rich says, and Fury. Yeah, Fury's a good film.
I didn't like Fury.
Did you not?
No, I didn't.
Well, that's okay. You've been wrong before.
You're just an odd little duck, really, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's check that's going to go in the right place.
Was 12 O'Clock High the film with Gregory Peck?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a very good film.
I've got on, if obviously won't finish the stream, if you want to watch any of these old films, go into the playlist section on this channel and I have them in there so you can find them in there. Tiff says, I'm awake, you're the one with the problem, buddy. Emoji laugh. All right, modders, don't get cocky.
A film I can't find here, and I've never actually seen it, is Ice Cold in Alex.
That's fine. You just look on Pornhub.
That'll be the thing I told you about.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear. That's what he said.
David says, yes, that I was 16 and a half when I joined the junior leaders. There we go. Yeah, we all joined quite young, except from John.
Except for me. I had a career before I joined.
Too indecisive when he was younger. No, you're just indecisive.
Then he wasn't so sure.
Christ, where did that bit go? He says crawling under the table. Oh, all the way back there. Oh.
And if any of the Telford Models for Heroes guys are still watching. The banner has been delivered.
Ooh. Black Cat says, yes, John, that's what I have. Got the clap.
Okay.
Or...
No, I think he's talking about the AK nippers.
Oh, right.
Maybe.
At least you
And
hope that's what he's talking about.
And the clap. Yeah. Maybe he's talking about Pornhub. I don't know.
Jim says, shenanigans. I think that family lived down the block from us.
To be sure, the shenanigans from Tipperary, so they were originally.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Now we're insulting the Irish. June says, next door's dog is working on its howling. The less successful sequel of One of Aircraft that is missing, Gary. Callum says, Das Boot, Tora Tora Tora, 633 Squadron, and Battle of Britain will always be my favourite movies.
Oh, yeah. No, they're excellent, aren't they?
When Marion's dad was still alive, he used to come up visiting, and we used to drive Marion mad because we used to watch the Battle of Britain, A Bridge Too Far, and Guns of Navarone.
Yeah.
Every time he come up, and me and him would just go through the script.
It's like my family watching A Princess Bride.
Oh God.
Bob says, Ice Cold in Alex, 1942 desert, but when they drive away at the end, there's a Vespa 1947 and a Land Rover 1948 in the background. They did that on an episode of Foyle, didn't they? In Foyle's War.
Oh, did they?
They had Foyle walking across the street to his house. But when you look in the background, there's a bloody Ford Fiesta going past. Because they obviously they could only close that one street off.
Or like the film The Vikings, where Kirk Douglas jumps off his longship and he's still got his wristwatch on.
Yeah.
And
you got a little continuity, haven't you?
I can't remember the character's name, but yeah, it's Peter Sellers in the party. the scene at the beginning where he's dying. It's a trumpeter that's dying. It's so good.
Yeah. Black Hat says, hang on, I switched off for a moment whilst I was cutting plastic. Pornhub? Have we suddenly changed channel?
No.
We just took hobbies.
Just Mikey's attempt to bring the viewer ratings down and get us kicked off YouTube.
Yeah,
well, it works because we've gone from 24 viewers down to 19.
Well, maybe they've just heard of it for the first time. They're checking it out now.
Yeah, they've all.
Jim says 12 O'Clock High is a very good film about the strain and burden of command on both those that led and were led. It's a bit dated in terms of acting and values of the day, but it's still valid today. Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more, Jim.
Timmy says, I still love Zulu.
Oh, Zulu. Make your report, Sergeant Major. Zulu, sir. Thousands of them. What was it? He just said fire at will. Oh, that's really nice of him.
That was a very good Welsh accent there, Gary.
So they come black as hell, thick as mud?
Yeah.
Or was that Zulu Dawn?
Can't remember.
Back up to 22. That's nice. Black Hat says, Von Ryan's Express, one of the best World War II B-grade movies.
Yeah, Von Ryan's Express.
I've found as I got older, I really like all the old war films and stuff. I never used to like them that much when I was younger. Well, I think I appreciate them more now. GM says, Mr. Morris, ha ha ha, not on payroll, but they do a very good products for technicians. Our network electricians love the tools. You should have a reputable brand in the UK that stocks similar. We do. It's called AliExpress.
Yes.
Jim says The Party, one of my favourite Peter Sellers films.
Yeah, it's funny as. Birdie Num Num.
I can't remember who Peter Sellers is. I know
one of the goons.
Inspector Clouseau.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
I've never heard Gary so upset.
Well,
He's a comedic genius.
I think Mikey needs to watch. Oh crap! What's it called? The Kubrick movie, Doctor Strangelove. Or
Doctor Strangelove. What a film!
How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Yeah,
it's a.
Is that the wrong way? He rides the bomb down.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Peter Sellers plays about 4 roles
8
in it.
parts, I think, in that.
Quite a few. All so well done as well. It's great.
He's the RAF group captain, isn't he?
He is. I've got to get my leg.
Strangelove himself.
I watched a film called The Night We Dropped to Clanger. That was good. Basically, they get a soldier whose job is his entire job in the Second World War is cleaning the latrines and stuff, because he looks like a spy that they're sending over to Africa.
Okay.
And so they wanted a decoy. Sending the spy, supposed to be sending the spy to Europe, but they wanted a decoy to go to Africa to make the Germans think that he was in Africa. But they got them the wrong way around, and he ends up like winning like a knighthood and everything. This guy that cleans toilets just because he was dropped in the wrong place by accident. So it's all about like how he ends up, becoming this famous, hero and everything. And the other guy ends up being a toilet technician, even though he was the one that was like done all these brave missions and everything.
I Was Monty's Double is a good film.
Bob says Bedknobs and Broomsticks end battle with submariners, and there's a blue Ford Anglia in the bushes.
Oh, okay.
Doggers.
Callum says they did similar in Poirot, an episode involving the Spitfire prototype. The prototype happened to have a 4-bladed prop and Griffin engine.
Well.
Only certain people would have known that, though.
Yeah. Julian says, also in World War II, they didn't have white road markings painted out, something they often forget or can't afford on TV film. Yeah. And they also had black and white painted curbstones. I can still remember when I was a kid, the black and white paintings on the telegraph poles. You don't see them anymore, but round by us, they used to have black and white stripes painted on the telegraph poles.
Right.
From when they had the blackouts and things. Bob says, by the way, the book was only 1 bedknobber and 1 broomstick. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Julian says, Amazon link, highly recommend book on the Zulu War, including the reality of Rourke's Drift. I bought 4 books the other day. I don't think my wife would let me buy any more at the minute. Tim says, a more recent film, 2017, that I still rave about is The Death of Stalin, absolute gold.
Oh, I was going to mention that before. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Has that got Jason
Isaacs
Isaacs in?
Well,
Jason Isaacs plays a general or something.
I don't know who that is, but it's got, it probably is. It's got Michael Palin. And,
Jason Isaacs played Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter.
That guy. Oh, he's a good actor. I think he's awesome in what's that? The Last of the Mohicans.
Yes.
Next. Jim says Sellers wanted to play the role of Major Kong, the B-52 pilot portrayed by Slim Pickens. Kubrick talked him out of it.
I think that was probably a good idea. Talking him out of it.
You can have a good night in Vegas with all this shit.
Julian says, if I recall If I recall correctly, in Doctor Strangelove, Sellers was the ex-nasty doctor whose false arm kept doing that salute, so he kept hitting it down.
That's the one, yeah.
Jim says, correct, Julian.
It's fantastic.
Modders says, what I like about not being tied down to someone is I can buy what I want. Yeah. 24 people watching. Cool.
Oh.
Black Hat says, yes, he plays Marshal Zukov.
Thank you. Thank you, Black Hat.
Very good.
Yeah.
And Tim says Marshal Zukov as well.
Yeah.
Jim says, personally, I think George C. Scott should have won an Oscar for his role in General Buck Turgerson. He was played that perfectly.
You're right. It's just
similarly,
a stunning movie.
He was brilliant in Patton.
Yeah, and it's easy to find, Mike. You get amongst it. Awesome film. Wonderful script. Funny as all hell. And yeah, it's so good. Perfect. Kubrick.
He did Full Metal Jacket, didn't he, Kubrick?
He did.
And he did Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes,
he mysteriously died just before Eyes Wide Shut was due to be released.
Wow. Aging does that to you.
Yeah. Aging and spies and things. Bob says, Bob says, Tiff, snap, but I get a bit carried away without Briggs. You're not kidding. You bought 12 of the same kit. I wish I had the money to buy that stuff.
That one.
Timothy says, and Kubrick did the moon landing. Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Jim said, the imperfection of our precious bodily fluids. Oh, impurification. Okay. Timmy says, oh, wait. Ha ha ha
ha. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Next. Black Hat says he also played Patton in the Follow film about the car accident Patton was in Germany.
Yes.
In last week's of his life prior to dying in hospital. Ah.
Wow, didn't know that.
Paul Tanker's in. He says, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, yes, it's not it's overshadowed, I think, by the original Patton.
Paul Tanker, which I think he's new to the channel, says, good day. Many years ago, I worked with a young guy whose dad and friends owned a Sea Fury here in Jandakot, West Australia. Cool.
Ah, very cool. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome. See, we're taking over Australia. There's more views in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Tiff says, but Bob, I know what I can and can't buy. I only get things when I need them. That's because you're sensible and not off your head on medication. Jim says, gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Such a good movie.
So I missed 37 to 38 for now. So what I'm going to do is glue them. All right. Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, Sheeta.
We have 5 minutes left.
We do. 5 minutes and 9, 8, 7, 6. Bob says, sensible. Tried that once and I didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a silly place. Sensible.
It's only a model.
Yes.
Oh, I think I got it on the right side. Bloody hell.
Model.
No, I've got it on the wrong side. You stupid
What are
boy.
you talking about?
I am talking
Right.
about the
This one goes on that
undercarriage.
wing.
Talking about what? Sorry.
The undercarriage.
I see.
I'm just dry fitting it because I don't want to put it on until after I've painted it, but I want to see how it goes. Oh, it just drops in like a... Oh, that's impressive. Well done, Airfix. Well done, Airfix.
Undercarriage.
Beautiful, yeah.
Cool.
It's just a dry fit, but that's stunning.
Awesome.
Cool. Cool. Oh, I need me lunch. What time is it? Oh, 4 minutes to go.
I put this in the right way. I think so.
What's that?
The bit for the wing.
Oh, you're doing wings. You're doing wings up, aren't you?
Yes. So I think I got this on the right way around.
Yeah, there'll be one wing up and one wing down. Jim says nuclear combat toe to toe with the Ruskies.
Oh,
And
how
Rob
times
says-
change.
Bob says probably why I bought 300 spiders for Halloween last year.
He's off his trolley.
Paul says, yay, glad to see the experts do what I do.
Oh,
Right.
you ain't seen nothing yet.
Let's just confirm. Expert.
Yeah. We have it's even become known, even in Models for Heroes, as a Marley.
Hey,
Yeah,
Marley.
doing
Yes.
a Marley.
Oh, I showed Paul's partner that the other day. Oh, she thought it was hilarious. She said, how did you put a wing on backwards? How did you do that? She's not even a modeler.
Concentration. That's what it is.
Yes. With skill
Julian
and
says-
cunning.
Julia says, just checking as I have the memory like a sieve. Acrylics thin with water. Yes, you can.
Yes, absolutely.
Gary M says, cheers, guys. Most enjoyable chat this week. Got to go film some K-pop stuff now. And
Oh,
young.
enjoy that.
Growl.
Cheers, Gary.
Later,
And I
dude.
did not send your stuff again today. In fact, I'm a little bit in trouble. My wife was a bit cranky that I didn't go to a particular place. And while I was there, I was going to post your decals. So I'll have to do that Monday now. But you will get them. I'll do it express post.
Joe says, okay, Mikey, I will try to get challenge build done by June the 15th. I will be in Corpus Christi, Texas all next week, playing as a retired law enforcement golf tournament. So have a great next week to all.
All right,
Wonderful,
buddy.
Joe.
Going to Texas to
Don't
play
get-
golf.
Yeah. Don't forget to submit your entries to Bearded Veteran Crates at outlook.com.
Yeah. Julian says, water even. Lacquers need a different thin.
Yes.
And then says, F it, bloody hand, stop hitting enter before I'm read D. Yeah, lacquer thinners will not thin with water. That's what you need your Mr. Hobby leveling thinner for.
So I've made a lot of progress today.
Yes.
Look, it's all together. It's almost up to the stage where you guys are. So that's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes together very well. It really does.
David says, enjoy, Gary.
It's not going to work. Okay.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm upside down.
There you go. Yeah. He's gone all Australian on us.
I wondered why the blood was rushing
And
to
it was
me
all
head.
close up.
I know. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Yes, I've made some progress
And
today.
it's back to front as well.
There it is.
Yeah, I've got the wings together.
The outer wings?
Yes.
If
I've drilled the holes for the racks and everything.
Yes, I've even fitted the ailerons.
Yeah.
And I have also,
Ooh.
because it's my model and I'm
So
a
have
rebel,
I.
I've also done the. But according to the instructions, you're supposed to
undercarriage.
paint the undercarriage legs chromate yellow, but I've decided to do them in
Yeah.
silver. Well, silver.
Have you
And
noticed
these
chromate yellow is basically fluorescent?
Yeah. I've got
Chromate
chromate
yellow is
green.
basically fluorescent green.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quite like it.
Yes, because we were
I've
having a
decided,
discussion.
you know, when I do that.
Go on.
Well, I've decided, you know, when I do that 434 that I'm going to do as an AA recovery vehicle, I'm going to paint it in chromate yellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because AA might be yellow.
Yeah. And also, if you were doing a 3-wheeler for Trotters Independent Trading, I'd probably paint that in chromate yellow as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just don't mention to Bob that you want to do that. Paul says, no, it's you lot that are upside down.
100%.
Tim says, just want to check, Mikey, if you received my entry. Great stream, guys. I have, mate. It's in my email list.
Wow.
Thank you very much. David says, another very enjoyable show today. Thank you, hosts. Thank you very much.
A pleasure,
Appreciate the
David.
feedback. Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
God, we bored you that
Enjoyed it.
much, Gary.
I tell you, I've been suffering with tiredness just this
Yeah.
last couple of days.
Very cool.
There you go.
We're back Monday
Monday.
with the Monday panel.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything Monday,
Yeah.
so I might appear.
Ooh. Honoured with your presence.
Unless I end up skipping around the woods in my mankini. But I don't think we're doing that this Monday.
On behalf of the people of Telford, thank you for that. On behalf of the psychiatrists of the UK, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
One more comment, I think. Don't know what it is.
Probably get off.
This is a nice one. Paul says, I'm glad I found you guys. Most enjoyable. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thanks, Paul.
Glad you
Thanks,
joined
Paul.
us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So- Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, you're always welcome, as is everybody else in the stream. It's a good place to hang out, I find.
Yeah. Gets a
Yeah.
bit silly sometimes, but we don't take ourselves seriously.
We're in order of beard loss today, have you noticed?
Oh, okay.
Big beard, medium beard, no beard. And in
I
order
was-
of hair loss.
Yeah.
We're good.
I was considering shaving for about 3 seconds today. Then
We wouldn't get much done.
Yeah.
We only shave for 3 seconds.
Yeah. I'm just not sick
Anyway,
yet, so
right.
it'll remain.
Right. We'll be back on Monday at 12 o'clock. Hulvard, everyone.
Whatever he
Hooray.
said. See you later. Have a good weekend,
Goodbye,
everyone.
gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, gentlemen.
Hulvard.